Welcome. Today we're diving into the world of Jetpack Compose and exploring the popular pull to refresh feature. This user interface pattern is widely used in modern apps to allow users to refresh content with a simple swipe gesture. We'll walk through how Jetpack Compose's material library supports this feature and how you can implement it in your own Android applications. Whether you're new to Compose or looking to enhance your app's interactivity, this guide will help you understand the essentials and best practices for integrating pull to refresh seamlessly. Jetpack Compose's material library provides the core tools for building modern Android UIs. In particular, it offers the pull refresh modifier and the pull refresh indicator composable function, both of which are currently experimental. These tools make it straightforward to add pull to refresh functionality to your app. It's important to note that these features are part of the Android's Composebomb 2023-05-01 release, so ensure your project dependencies are up to date before you start implementing. Use the pull refresh modifier effectively. Your screen needs to be scrollable. If you're not using a scrollable container like lazy column, you must add vertical scroll to your layout. This ensures that the pull to refresh gesture can be detected and handled properly. For example, wrapping your content in a box with both pull refresh and vertical scroll modifiers enables the feature even when your content doesn't naturally scroll. This is a key step for making your UI responsive to user gestures. Set up a demo application to showcase pull to refresh in action. The demo will simulate fetching data from the network by adding items to a list after a short delay rather than making actual server requests. This approach keeps things simple and focused on the UI logic. We'll walk through the code structure, starting with the necessary dependencies and moving on to the data and view model setup. Before diving into the code, make sure to add the required dependencies to your project. You'll need the Android's Compose material library for material components and Android's lifecycle view model Compose for integrating view models with Compose. These dependencies are essential for building a robust and interactive UI that supports pull to refresh and state management. To display a list of items, we'll define a simple data class called order. This class contains a title and a price representing each order in our demo app. By structuring your data this way, you can easily manage and display dynamic content in your Compose UI. This model will be used throughout the app to represent individual list items. Next, we'll create an order view model to manage the state of our orders and loading status. The view model holds a mutable state that tracks whether data is loading and maintains the list of orders. This separation of concerns ensures that your UI remains reactive and updates automatically when the underlying data changes. The view model will also handle loading new orders when the user triggers a refresh. Load orders function inside the view model is responsible for simulating a network request. It sets the loading state to true, waits for a second, and then adds a new order to the list. This mimics the behavior of fetching new data from a server, providing a realistic user experience during the pull to refresh action. The function ensures that the UI reflects the loading state and updates the list accordingly. With the data and view model in place, it's time to build the UI. We'll use a scaffold to provide a consistent layout structure, including a top app bar. Inside the scaffold, a box layout will contain the list of orders and the pull to refresh indicator. This setup ensures that the UI is both functional and visually appealing, with clear separation between content and controls. To enable pull to refresh, apply the pull refresh modifier to your box layout. This modifier connects the UI to the pull refresh state, allowing the user to trigger a refresh by swiping down. The modifier works seamlessly with scrollable containers, ensuring that the gesture is recognized and handled appropriately. This integration is key to providing a smooth and intuitive refresh experience. The lazy column composable is used to display the list of orders efficiently. It only renders the visible items, making it ideal for long lists. Each order is shown using a list item displaying the title and price. This approach keeps your UI performant and responsive, even as the list grows with each refresh. At the top of the box layout, the pull refresh indicator component provides visual feedback during the refresh process. It shows a loading spinner when data is being fetched, and its appearance can be customized based on the loading state. Placing the indicator at the top center ensures it's easily visible to users during the pull to refresh gesture. Remember, pull refresh state function allows you to customize the refresh threshold. This parameter defines how far the user must pull down to trigger the refresh action. By default, it's set to 80 dp, but you can adjust it to suit your app's needs. Customizing the threshold helps balance responsiveness and accidental triggers, ensuring a smooth user experience. Another customization option is the refreshing offset parameter, which controls where the pull to refresh indicator appears during the gesture. The default value is 56 dp, but you can change it to match your app's design. This flexibility allows you to create a more tailored and visually consistent refresh experience for your users. Pull refresh indicator component supports customization of its background and content colors. You can specify different colors for the refreshing and non-refreshing states, making it easy to match your app's branding or provide clear feedback to users. For example, you might use a red background when loading and green when idle, creating a dynamic and engaging UI. To further enhance the user experience, you can combine the indicator's colors with the current loading state. By dynamically changing the background or content color based on whether the app is refreshing, you provide immediate visual feedback. This approach helps users understand what's happening and keeps the interface lively and interactive. Testing your pull to refresh implementation is crucial to ensure it works as expected. In Compose, you can simulate the swipe down gesture using the Perform Touch Input Swipe Down action on a scrollable node. This allows you to automate UI tests and verify that the refresh logic updates the content correctly. Automated testing helps catch issues early and maintain a high-quality user experience. Demo Pull to Refresh Composable demonstrates a simple pull to refresh implementation. It uses a mutable list of items and a refreshing state variable. When the user pulls down, a coroutine adds a new item to the list and resets the refreshing state. This example highlights how easy it is to integrate pull to refresh with Compose's state management and coroutine support. Within the demo pull to refresh function, a scaffold provides the overall structure, including a top app bar. The box layout contains the lazy column for displaying items and the pull refresh indicator for feedback. This setup ensures that the UI remains organized and that the pull to refresh gesture is always available to users. Typical test scenario involves displaying item 1 by default, triggering the pull to refresh action and verifying that item 2 appears. This test ensures that the refresh logic works and that the UI updates as expected. By automating this process, you can confidently deploy your app knowing that key interactions are reliable. To trigger the pull to refresh action in tests, you need to locate a scrollable node on the screen. This can be done using semantic matchers like hasScrollToIndex action. Once found, you can perform the swipe down action to simulate the user's gesture. This approach makes your tests robust and closely aligned with real user interactions. After performing the pull to refresh gesture in your test, verify that the new item appears on the screen. This step confirms that the refresh logic is working and that the UI responds to user actions. Consistent verification helps maintain a high standard of quality and ensures a smooth user experience. Summary: Jetpack Compose's material library makes it easy to implement pull to refresh functionality. By using the pull refresh modifier and pull refresh indicator, you can create interactive and responsive UIs. Remember to test your implementation thoroughly and customize the experience to fit your app's design. Following these best practices will help you deliver a polished and user-friendly application. This guide is based on the work of Anand Gaur, an experienced Android developer with expertise in Kotlin, Jetpack Compose, and modern UI design. Anand has contributed to the Android community through articles, tutorials, and open-source projects. His insights help developers stay up to date with the latest trends and best practices in Android development. The Jetpack Compose community is vibrant and growing, with developers sharing tips, tutorials, and solutions to common challenges. Joining groups and following experts like Anand Gaur can help you stay informed and connected. Engaging with the community is a great way to learn, share knowledge, and advance your skills. Material design is at the core of Jetpack Compose's UI philosophy. It emphasizes clarity, consistency, and intuitive interactions. By following material design principles, you ensure that your app not only looks modern but also provides a seamless user experience. The pull to refresh pattern fits naturally within this design system. State management is a fundamental concept in Jetpack Compose. By using view models and state holders, you can ensure that your UI reacts to data changes automatically. This reactive approach simplifies UI updates and reduces boilerplate code, making your app more maintainable and scalable. Composable functions are the building blocks of Jetpack Compose UIs. They allow you to define reusable UI components that can react to state changes. By structuring your app with composables, you create a modular and flexible codebase that's easy to test and extend. Kotlin coroutines are used in Jetpack Compose to handle asynchronous operations like network requests. In the pull to refresh example, coroutines allow you to simulate loading data without blocking the main thread. This keeps your UI responsive and ensures a smooth user experience. Jetpack Compose supports previewing composable functions directly in the IDE. This feature allows you to see how your UI will look without running the app on a device. Previews speed up development and make it easier to iterate on your designs. The scaffold composable provides a standard layout structure for Compose apps, including slots for top bars, bottom bars, and floating action buttons. Using scaffold helps maintain consistency across your app and simplifies layout management. The box composable is a versatile layout container that allows you to stack and align child elements. In the pull to refresh example, box is used to overlay the pull refresh indicator on top of the list, ensuring it's always visible during the refresh gesture. Lazy column is designed for displaying large or dynamic lists efficiently. It only composes and lays out the visible items, reducing memory usage and improving performance. This makes it ideal for scenarios like pull to refresh where the list can grow over time. Mutable state is at the heart of Compose's reactivity. By using mutable state of and remember, you can create state variables that trigger UI updates when changed. This pattern is used throughout the pull to refresh implementation to manage loading and content updates. Integrating view models with Compose ensures that your UI remains consistent across configuration changes, such as screen rotations. View models provide a lifecycle-aware way to manage state and business logic, keeping your UI code clean and focused. Some features in Jetpack Compose like pull refresh are marked as experimental. This means they may change in future releases. When using experimental APIs, always check the documentation and be prepared for updates as the library evolves. Compose makes it easy to customize UI components to match your app's branding. You can adjust colors, shapes, and behaviors to create a unique look and feel. This flexibility is one of Compose's biggest strengths, allowing you to deliver a tailored user experience. Compose provides powerful testing tools for verifying UI behavior. You can write tests that simulate user interactions, check UI state, and ensure your app works as intended. Investing in testing helps catch bugs early and maintain a high-quality product. Semantic matchers are used in Compose testing to find UI elements based on their properties or actions. For example, has scroll to index action helps locate scrollable nodes for simulating gestures. Using semantic matchers makes your tests more robust and maintainable. Providing clear feedback during interactions like showing a loading spinner during refresh is essential for good UX. Compose's pull refresh indicator makes it easy to inform users about ongoing processes, reducing confusion and improving satisfaction. Efficient UI rendering is crucial for a smooth user experience. Compose's lazy column and state management features help minimize unnecessary recompositions and keep your app responsive, even as the data set grows. Accessibility is an important aspect of modern app development. Compose provides tools to make your UI accessible to all users, including those with disabilities. Ensuring your pull refresh feature is accessible helps reach a wider audience. Jetpack Compose is evolving rapidly with new features and improvements released regularly. Stay updated by following official documentation, community blogs, and experts in the field. Keeping your knowledge current ensures your apps benefit from the latest advancements. For further learning, explore articles, tutorials, and sample projects on Jetpack Compose and Pull to Refresh. Engaging with resources from trusted authors and the official Android documentation will deepen your understanding and help you master Compose development. Pull to Refresh is a valuable feature that enhances user experience by making data updates intuitive and interactive. With Jetpack Compose, implementing this pattern is straightforward and highly customizable. By following the steps and best practices outlined in this guide, you can deliver modern, responsive, and user-friendly Android applications.